Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we'll be trying to solve the problem of the day on Geeks for Geeks of 10th November. Alright, stock buy and sell with cooldown. Given an array where the ith element represents the price of a stock, you have to find the maximum profit that you can make by buying and selling stocks. Alright, but there is one rule that in case you sell a stock, you can't buy again the next day. Basically, you have a 1 day cooldown between buying and selling stocks. Alright, so now let's see how we can solve this. Now this is the example what they gave us, right? Now here the maximum profit you can make is at follows. So you can buy on the first day. Okay, now this is the buying price, right? So we can buy on the first day. So we have zero, like we have to pay $0, we could say, to buy the stock. Okay, so to buy we are not paying anything. We can sell it the next day. We sell it the next day and we make $2, right? We make $2. So our profit will be 2 minus 1. I mean 2 minus 0, which will be equal to 2, right? Now what? Now the next day you can't buy because you have a 1 day cooldown. So you will buy the day after this. Okay, you will buy the day after this. So you will be spending $2 to buy. So I'll put this as minus $2. Okay, and you sell it the day after that. So you earn $3 in profit. Okay, now what is your net profit from that? It is 2 minus 3, or like the absolute of 2 minus 3, which will be what? 1, right? So the maximum profit you can make here is $3. All right, now this is how you got this as the answer. Now let's see as to the logic behind how we can solve. This is actually a pretty straightforward problem. It's not so difficult. All right. Now we'll be having three particular states. All right. We'll be having the buy state, we'll be having the sell state, and we'll be having the resting state. Okay, like these three states are what they mentioned. So we'll be using these three states itself. Okay. Now this buy state initially it will be the negative version of array of 0. Okay. Now I'm not saying that you have to buy the first stock no matter what. We have to assume all possibilities and go forward. So by default, we'll be giving it the minus, the value of minus of whatever the first element it is we have, because we are buying it, right? It's a negative trade on our hand. All right. Now for sell, we'll be giving 0, and even for us, we'll be giving 0. Okay. Now these two by default will be 0 because you're starting from the first day onwards, right? So now you have a loop going through every single element. All right. Now you can update by as follows, right? You can update by. Now say for example, you reach the next day. You have two possible options what you can do. You can either keep what you have. So like say for example, you bought 4 for instance, you can either keep 4, or what you can do is you can buy the block you are at. So like say for example, I reach 2, I can buy 2, right? So like these are the two possibilities I have with me, right? So you can either what can I say, stay with what I have, which is like by itself, or I can take what I used to have, which is what is rest, and subtract it with the price. Now the price stands for the block we are at right now, right? So we like buy that block as well. So these are the two things what we can do. Okay. Now for selling a particular thing, there's only one particular thing what we can do, and that is to add the buy price with the price of the block we are at. Okay, now this price, as I said, price represents the block we are at right now. So it's to add the price with the amount we have already because we sold a block, right? Now for rest as well, you have two possibilities. What can happen, all right? And that is you can either continue to rest. So like say for example, even in your previous state you were resting. In your current state also you can choose to rest, right? Or what can you do? Or you can sell. Because in the previous state, if you were resting, that means that on the current state you're allowed to sell. I know that's not exactly what the rule says. The rule says that only after you sell, only after 1 day can you buy. But in this case, we can assume this also to be true. All right. So we can just give it as you can either rest, or you can keep the value as the previous selling amount what you have. Now these are the only possible combinations which can be there. So at the end, you just return the max of them, right? You return the max of your selling block, like whatever you have, or of your rest block, because you can't end a day with buying, right? Like you can't end a day with stock in your hands. At the end of the day, you have to complete selling everything. All right. So yeah, that's the basic logic behind it. Let's see how we can code this out. Okay, so let's try and code this out. So first, your n will be equal to the len of your array. Now, if n is less than or equal to 1, we can immediately return 0. All right. Now you'll be having three states. You will have your previous by, which will be initially array of 0. You'll be having your previous cell, which will be 0, and your previous rest, which will also be 0. All right. Now, let's correct our typo. All right. Now, moving forward for I in range 1 to n, right? Your price will be at the array that you are at right now, or the element that you are at right now, rather, right? We can set by to be equal to the max of previous by, which means we can stay at where we were, or we can buy the block we are at right now. So previous rest plus price. Okay. Now, if you think about cell, there's only one operation to do. That is to do previous by plus price. All right. Now, say for example, you're resting. You can have two options. You are either resting in the previous state, so you can continue to rest again, or you can choose the selling state, right? And that's basically it. Set previous by equal to by, then previous cell equal to cell, and previous rest is equal to rest. All right. Now at the end, you can just return max of previous rest and previous cell. That's basically how this works. Let's see if this works. Let's see, output is 7. Let's see what we blundered here. Okay, it should be minus price because we are buying, right? Not plus. There you go, it works. Let's submit. All right, that's how you solve this problem. If you have any doubts, do let me know down below. And that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.